Hey, Mariana, I wanted to let you know that I'm not coming home today.
Really? You're coming home, Asher?
Yeah, what's up? Is there a problem with me coming home?
No, that's not what I meant at all. It's just that I've been telling you I wanted you to come back for ages and you never came.
I was really busy at work. I didn't really have a choice.
Really? Work? That's funny. I know someone that said they saw you out drinking. How do you explain that?
Sometimes that's part of the job. I have to take clients out and entertain them sometimes. Or if my boss wants to get a drink after work, I can't just tell him no. I also need to blow off a little steam after a hard day now and then. It's good to get out with some of the guys and just let it go for a bit. They probably saw me out like that. It's nothing to stare at or pick apart. It's just part of life.
When was the last time you came home? 2 weeks ago? And when I've tried calling you, you've ignored me. You haven't answered my texts much either. You can't expect me to not be upset. Anyone in my shoes would be mad. What are you doing? Where are you staying every night?
The office has so many traveling salesmen that it keeps some rooms in one of the local apartment buildings rented out. They've been letting me stay there. I told you that already. I know I did. What are you fussing about? There's no reason to be so huffy.
Well, in that case, why are you coming home today? Last time you showed up, you said you were here to pick up some clothes. If that's what you were doing, I don't think you'd be telling me ahead of time.
You don't have to be in such a rush to point fingers at me. I've caught a little bit of a cold lately and I haven't been feeling my best. I just wanted to spend some time at home.
You're sick?
Yeah, that's what I was trying to tell you. I've got a fever and my head is pounding. My nose won't quit running either. I feel awful. So I figured it's probably going to get worse before it gets better.
So you're coming home because you don't feel well?
Yeah, can you find the cold medicine and set it out for me? Do we have any vitamins or anything? Maybe get that ready for me too. After that, can you make me something to eat? You know that egg dish that I like so much? Make that for me.
So you only want to come home when you need someone to take care of you. I should have known.
Will you be quiet already? Let it go. I want to come home to my own home. What's wrong with that? I'm the one paying the bills around the place. I take care of you and our little Annie. All you have to do is work a little part-time job and take care of her when she isn't at school. I'm not asking for much. Just get the medicine together and make me some dinner.
I read you loud and clear. I'll get everything ready for you.
You could have just started with that from the beginning, you know? You didn't have to talk back to me. You're always picking at me. No need to henpick. I haven't been home in a while. Aren't you even a little bit glad to see me? No need to be so mean to me. You act like you don't even love me.
Do you still care about me? Do you still think about me like that?
I'm too tired to deal with this. I don't want to go back and forth with you like this. My head hurts too much right now anyway. Enough. When I get home, let's keep the conversation to a minimum. Don't talk to me unless it's about something important, okay?
Well, of course. I'll be sleeping in Annie's room with her tonight. You have a good night's sleep. You won't hear a peep out of me.
Is it because I'm sick? Don't be like that.
If I get sick too, there won't be anyone to take care of you. And if you're down with the cold and then I get sick, Annie will be on her own. She's too little to take care of herself, you know. Besides, she has a big piano recital next month. She can't take any time off of her lessons. She needs me healthy right now.
I guess you're right. I need you healthy to take care of me too. I understand. Can you go ahead and set the humidifier up in our room then? It'll help me breathe better when I sleep. I really need to get better this weekend so I don't need to miss any work next week.
Asher, I have a favor to ask you. When you are on your way home today, can you stop to pick up some bottled water and some sports drinks? Also, can you pick up some cooling sheets? You know, the ones that you put on your forehead? Get the little ones made for kids.
What, you want me to go get them? Why?
Annie and I are both feeling awful. I think we must have caught your cold. You're the only person I know to ask.
No, thank you. I just got better. I don't want to catch it again. I am not coming home while the virus is floating around in there.
Are you serious? I don't like saying something like this, but I am going to. You're the one who brought this cold into the house. It's your fault we're sick. You came home for me to take care of you, and now that you're better, you're done with us again?
Look, I just don't want to get sick again. I am not coming home anytime soon. I'll stay at the office apartments again for a while.
Wait just a second. Please. I don't ask you for much often, but just this once, I'm asking you. We went to the doctor's office once already, but neither of us are feeling any better. Annie and I both have a fever that isn't going down at all. I'm not sure, but I think we might need to go to the hospital tonight.
If you need to go to the hospital that badly, why don't you call for an ambulance?
Why would you say that? If you just came home, you can drive us there. We don't need an ambulance, but we need the car.
I know you two depend on me to pay the bills and all that, but you've been living just the two of you for a while now. I think you're used to it by now. Even if I'm not around, you'll be fine.
I don't know if we're going to be okay or not. That's why I asked you.
Really? Let's think about it for a minute. What do you have in your hand right now? A cell phone, right? Use your brain and use that. If you can contact me this way, you can contact anyone. Use one of those app delivery services. They can bring anything you need to the house. And if you need someone to drive you anywhere in the middle of the night, you can always call a taxi cab. Why do you want to bother me when you can handle all of that on your own? You don't need me.
You were here for days while you were sick. I took care of you. I did everything you asked me to do and more. I made you meals. I took you to the doctor. I picked up your medicine from the pharmacy. I did all of that for you.
What? So, am I supposed to do it too? I'm the one earning the money for the family. I keep you two fed and housed. Don't you owe it to me to take care of me when I'm sick? It shouldn't matter it might get you sick or not. You owe me. And besides, it's completely different for me to be sick than it is for you two. I have to go to work every single day.
I have things to do too, you know. I have a job. I know it's part-time, but it is my job. I take care of the house, I'm raising our daughter, and Annie needs to go to school every day. And next month is her big piano recital. She's been practicing so hard every single day, and now she's too sick to play.
That's not the same at all. Right now is a really important time in the office for me. I have a huge project on the line. I can't get sick again right now. It's bad enough I was sick already, but I can't miss any more time at work. Be mad if you want, but I am taking care of me right now, and that means not coming home.
If you don't care about me, then fine. That's your choice to make. But don't you care about Annie? She's only in first grade. She's so young. Your daughter is in pain and is suffering right this minute, and you're so selfish that you won't come home just to help because you don't want to catch a cold?
She won't get better just because I come home. The most important thing she can do right now is get plenty of rest.
I see. I get it. That's fine. I won't ask you for anything again.
You keep that in mind. I do not need to get sick again. I need to be more careful, and you do too. Hey, I have an idea. If things are really that bad, why don't you call my mom and ask for some help?
Your mother? Are you kidding? She lives over an hour away. How am I supposed to ask her for help?
You said you're sick. If it's really that bad, you can ask her. And if it isn't bad enough, then why are you asking me? Besides, your parents live even further away. It's not like you can ask them.
You're just so close by. You could be here in just a few minutes. It makes more sense to ask you.
What are you whining about? I'm just trying to give you some ideas. There's no point in trying to be nice to you. All you do is complain or shoot me down. You've gotten yourself a real bad attitude since we got married and had Annie. You know that? I could leave you anytime I wanted. It would be easy to walk away. I am tired of dealing with this. You need me, so quit complaining already. I don't want to hear it again. Then again, if you want me to go, then go ahead. Do as you please. It's fine by me. Hey, Mom, do you have a minute? I have something to ask you.
What's that?
I haven't heard from my wife and daughter in a while. I can't get them on the phone. Do you know what's going on? I even went to the house, but they weren't there. It's Saturday, so Mariana shouldn't be at work either today.
You've been ignoring us all for the past week, haven't you? You need to bring a black suit with you and a tie. You need to get yourself to the funeral right this minute. We can talk about this when you get here.
What are you talking about? A black suit, a funeral? What's going on? Did something happen to Annie or Mariana? I know they had a cold, but I didn't think it was anything serious.
No, not them. It's your uncle's funeral.
Oh, wow. Okay. I didn't know that he had died. He really did a lot for me when I was little. We were close. He also played with me and was so nice to me.
And yet the minute you turned 18, you went out the door and never made an effort to keep up with him.
Oh, I wish you wouldn't say that. But can I ask, how did he die?
He caught a cold and it turned into pneumonia.
I know even a cold can be really dangerous for someone as old as he was.
It's not just because of his age. Young people die all the time from the exact same thing. You should know Mariana and Annie were in some serious trouble for a while there.
Wait, Mariana and Annie? So you do know something. Tell me what you know.
Of course I know. I know because I'm the one that took the two of them to the hospital. In the middle of the night, I got a phone call from Annie. The poor thing was crying her eyes out. She was bawling when she asked me, "Please, help Mama."
What?
I got to them as fast as I could. I took them both to the hospital, and Mariana had to stay in the ICU for days.
So that's what happened. Mariana should have called me or texted me. She should have let me know.
She did! You're the one who wouldn't answer the phone.
I just thought it was one of her usual calls, just to check in and chat. And I've been really busy at work. I couldn't come home lately. I've had too much to do. But I'm glad you were there to help them. Thank you, Mom. To tell you the truth, I'm the one that told Mariana she should call you. I told her that anytime she was in trouble, she could reach out to you.
Oh, give me a break. She asked you for help first.
She just told me she wanted to come home. And it was just a cold, right? I caught it before they did. I was sick for a few days, but it was never really a big deal when I had it.
Everybody is different. A little cold for you can turn into a big illness for someone else. Just look at your uncle. And besides, I heard what happened. You told her you didn't want to come home because you didn't want to catch it again yourself. Your father and I have already talked about it. After the funeral today, you are forbidden from coming in this house. We have no son. You're as dead to me as your uncle.
What? Mom, what are you saying? You're disowning me? I'm your only son. What are you and Dad gonna do if you get in trouble? Who are you gonna call if you need something?
I think we will be fine. We don't want to bother you. I think we can manage that just fine. Apparently you're not the kind of man that shows up when his family needs him anyway. No son of mine would treat his wife and child the way you treat yours. I must not have a son. And you won't be in our will, either. You aren't getting anything from us.
Wait, Mom, come on, give me a break. I was too busy at work to come take care of them. What was I supposed to do? And you didn't even tell me they were sick. Not that sick, anyway. You should have let me know they were in trouble. If I had known that they were going to be in hospital, I would have rushed there.
What's the point in having a man like you rushing after them? Let's take your uncle's funeral, for example. If I hadn't heard from you today, I wasn't even going to tell you about it.
Why are you taking Mariana's side so fast? You haven't asked me anything. You've only heard her side of the story. You don't know what really happened. After the funeral, we need to talk. I need you to listen to what I have to say. I think if you heard my side of things, you wouldn't be so fast to cut me off. Hey, Mariana. I wanted to let you know that I just got home.
Is that so? I'll be by sometime this week to pick up our things. After I've gotten all of our stuff out of the house, I'll leave the key in the mailbox for you. I'll text you when I do so you'll know to get it.
Please, just give me a minute. I want to talk things over one more time. Can we meet?
We talked about it already. Our last meeting was a few days ago. Your parents were kind enough to be there as well. Don't tell me you want to try to fix things now. It's too late for that. You already agreed to the divorce. I don't want to drag this out any further.
I couldn't really say what I wanted to in front of my parents.
That was a really important meeting. Your parents were there as witnesses as much as they were support. If you couldn't say what you wanted to say then, I'm afraid that's your problem.
I suppose that may be true, but you should know, I broke things off with my mistress yesterday.
Wow. So what?
What do you mean, so what? Don't you see what I'm trying to tell you?
What exactly is it that you're trying to tell me?
I'm letting you know I ended it. I've cleaned up my life. I'm gonna do better for you and for Annie this time. Things will be different. I did it for you.
So, what do you want me to say? Thanks for breaking up with your girlfriend. I forgive you?
I'm not saying that. I'm just saying that I want you to see that I've changed. I'm gonna be better.
Don't kid yourself. When you weren't coming home for days on end and you wouldn't answer my calls, I was always so worried about you. You neglected us. You neglected your family, and you were so cold to me. When I tried to talk to you, you were always gruff and distant. It was so hard.
I'm sorry.
I never wanted to believe you were cheating on me, but I suspected it. I even asked a private eye to look into it for me. He found out you were messing around with one of the girls at work. Ever since that day, my life has been a living hell. I couldn't just leave you. I had to think about what was best for Annie.
I know.
I tried to do everything I could to make you want to come home. I was making all the foods you love. I tried talking to you about Annie and all the wonderful things she was doing. I tried to do everything I knew to get you back. In the beginning, I tried to keep my feelings to myself. I had so much I wanted to say to you, but I didn't. I kept my mouth shut. I never told you how sad or lonely I was, did I? But no matter what I did, you wouldn't come home.
I was wrong. I'm really, truly sorry.
Don't you think it's a little late to be apologizing to me now? You should have thought about what you were doing when you were staying out late and refusing to come home. I knew it was too late for us a while ago. I started thinking that I should be preparing for this day, and that's when you got sick and decided to come home. You used us. You used me as a nurse and let me take care of you, and then you tossed both of us aside the moment you were done with me.
I didn't throw you away. Or at least that wasn't what I meant to do. That was never my plan.
It doesn't matter what you planned or didn't. That's how it felt. But now that I think about it, you did say it, didn't you? I could leave you anytime I want. Isn't that what you said? You could walk away if you wanted to? The moment you said that is the exact moment I was done. My heart turned to stone, and I knew I couldn't depend on you ever again. That was the moment I knew that we needed to get a divorce.
It wasn't how I really felt. If I could take it back, I would. I was just spouting off out of anger. I never really meant it.
I would never have guessed. I need to know. Why are you trying to fix things between us? What is your goal here? Let me guess. You aren't happy about being disowned by your parents, are you? That's it. I know it is. You always bragged about how great your parents' house was and how wealthy they are. You thought you'd have a fat inheritance.
That's not it at all. There's a lot more to it than that. I don't want to lose you, and I don't want to lose Annie either.
Well, now that you put it that way, I know it's that you don't want your parents to cut you off. I can't believe a single word that comes out of your mouth. You were never staying at any apartment that the office rents. You were going home to your mistress every day. You were already living your life like you'd left us. You just hadn't signed the papers yet.
I really never planned to leave you. It was just one of those silly things you do in the heat of the moment, like a madness. I wasn't making plans for the future.
A madness? You shouldn't let your little passions ruin your wife and your child's life.
I was afraid to talk to you about getting a divorce because of Annie. I wanted what was going to be best for her, and I was hoping we could fix things. When you told me you were coming home, I thought we had a chance. But you ruined everything. And as usual, here you are, trying to fix things, and it's too late. It is always too late with you.
Mariana, I'm sorry. I mean it. I finally understand everything now. I get it. You two are the most important things in my life. From now on, I'll treat you right. I won't do anything to hurt you or to make your life hard. I'll make sure you both know you're important. I'll always put you first. Think about Annie. It's going to be hard for her without me.
Of all people to say such a thing, it doesn't mean anything coming from you. When we were burning up with fever, you didn't care at all. You tossed us aside like garbage. But now you want to tell me how hard things are going to be for Annie? Shut your mouth! If I had to live with you again, I won't be able to say anything nice to you. It would be nothing but complaints from me. And you're the one that said if I complained anymore, you would leave me, remember? So, I'm granting your wish. I'm giving you a divorce, just like you wanted. You're welcome. After that, I immediately reached out to my in-laws. I asked them if they would be there when we signed the divorce papers. Of course, they said yes. They've been so supportive. Having them there meant a lot to me, and any time my husband opened his mouth, my mother-in-law swooped in and gave him a good roasting. She had my back the entire time, and I've never felt safer than I did with her in the room. It kept him from delaying the divorce any longer than he already had. There was no more talk of getting back together. I was so relieved to be done. It seems like the only reason he ever broke things off with his mistress was because he was going to be paying alimony. Really, she probably ended things with him once she found out about it. I think he'd been giving his mistress a good bit of money while they were together. I suppose she thought it was going to keep going after the divorce, but then she found out it wasn't the case. He's going to be sending me alimony and child support every month from now on. He can't afford to keep spoiling her now that he has those kinds of debts to pay. I think they were just fighting about money, and one thing led to another. I doubt he ever really wanted to end things with her at all. He might have thought it would get him back in good graces with his parents, too. From what I understand, the girl he was seeing was one of his co-workers. When she and my ex broke up, she started circling rumors about him at the office. Word got around about their affair, and it affected things at work for him. The chemistry in the office changed, and they were at each other's throats. Both of them were sent to work in different departments after that. He'd been up for a promotion before everything happened, but it cost him his chance. Then when he was sent to work in a different department, he was demoted. I hear he's been put in the least important department of the entire company. He lost his family, he's been disowned by his parents, his career has gone completely off the rail. All that he has left at this point is a fat mortgage and child support payments. I have to wonder if he finally understands just how terribly he treated us. Honestly, I doubt he really gets it even now. My daughter and I, on the other hand, are doing really well. We moved to a new home that isn't far from my in-laws. We started a new life for ourselves. Even though I'm not married to their son anymore, my in-laws have been wonderful. They're always supportive of me, and they've helped me with Annie. They always treat her like she's the most important person in the world. They see her almost every day. They come to her recitals and play with her. She even spends the night at their house sometimes. I know that she's going to have a wonderful life and a great future ahead of her. I was worried the divorce would be hard on her, but I honestly think her life is going to be better for it. I have so many people around me that have supported me along the way. I'm so thankful to all of them. They've truly spoilt me and my daughter. I want to give her a better life than she had before, when her father and I were together. I try to make her house cheerful and to make sure she has a smile on her face every day. I'm building a bright future for my daughter, and I'm finally happy now. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to hit the like button for more great content.
Hey, you old hag. Looks like you got stuck working overtime again, didn't you? I left my work on your desk, too. Make sure you don't forget it now. Oh, it's you again. Gloria, you really should not be sloughing off your work onto others. You really need to be better about finishing it on time and by yourself. Maybe you should make a schedule for yourself so you can be better organized about your work. Oh, so lame. No wonder you're, 37 years old and still single? No one is going to marry you if you're going to boss everyone around like that. You better shape up if you ever want anyone to look at you as a partner. You're just wasting your youth, lonely and single. That must really suck to know that, huh? I don't really see what my relationship status has to do with any of what I just said to you. I was only saying that you should do your own work just like everyone else does. That's it. Actually, I don't have to. Thank you very much. Unlike you, I still have two things going for me: youth and beauty. Remember those? I really do not see what any of this has to do with just being responsible and getting your own work done on time. Ugh, please. Besides, I am actually about to get married. Though I guess I never told you till just now. That's why I can't do my work. I'm too busy going on dates and enjoying life. Not that you would understand what that is like, you old maid. You're better off doing work for your younger, cuter coworker, don't you think? Gloria, are you listening to yourself? None of that is related to work at all. We are talking about how it is up to the individual employee to get their own work done on time. Have you ever been married before? Excuse me. I still don't see what point you're trying to make. I am saying that this is the happiest I've ever been in my life. And I think that you are just jealous of me living my best life. You're jealous, and that is why you are saying all these mean little things to me. I really wish you'd get over it and stop all that already. It is really not a good look for you, to be honest. I am not saying anything mean right now. And I think you should know that my life really is not as sad as you think it is, Gloria. In fact, I live a very happy and fulfilled life, I would say. If you're happy with where you are at, then get back to doing my work and don't try to lecture me, Grandma. Anyways, I have a date I need to get to with my soon-to-be husband. See you! Enjoy finishing up all that work. Who knows when you'll be able to go home? Are you even listening to me anymore, Gloria? Because I refuse to do any more of your work. Do you understand me? Next time, you will have to do it by yourself. I am sick of picking up your slack. Hi, honey. I am really sorry, but I do not think I will be able to make it to our date on time. Do you think we could reschedule for another day? Oh, no. Yeah, of course that's fine. Did something happen today? Is everything all right? Well, it is just Gloria being her usual self again. She never does what she is supposed to, and her work always falls to me. Gloria, huh? Is that the one coworker you were telling me about? Joined the company a while after you did. Why didn't you just tell her that you refused to do it? She had already gone home by the time I realized she had left her work for me. And we need to get all this paperwork submitted by tomorrow. I really can't even say when I'll get home tonight thanks to this. Mary, you really are too kind. You do know that, right? It's one of the reasons I love you so much. But you can't let her treat you like that. Aw, John. You really are too sweet. Do you know that? Well, I just care about you a lot. I hate to see you treated this way. Okay, in that case, I'll just head to meet you there. I can help you get all that work done, and then we can go home together. How does that sound? Are you sure? I really would hate to make you come all the way just for that. What are you talking about? I get to spend time with you, and that's reason enough. Besides, I wanted to talk to you about the wedding. You're the person I want to spend my life with, Mary. You do know that, right? John, it still makes me so happy every time you say that to me. Well, I mean it. But there is a lot we have to do to get ready for the wedding. So, every hour counts. Let's take some time this weekend to talk it out in more detail and get things ready. Yeah, Let's get it done this weekend. You're right. Anyways, I am just so sorry this happened again. I know how much time it takes that we could be spending on things together. Come on now. You can't really expect me to blame that on you when you have someone like Gloria to deal with at work. Do you want me to say something? No. That would be too much. Thank you, though. I was selected as supervisor, so it is my job to make sure she knows how to do her job. So, I'll do my job by making her do hers. That's another reason why I love you. You have such a strong sense of responsibility. In that case, I just have one thing that I want to ask of you. Of course, John. What is it? Please try not to let yourself get any more stressed out than you are now. For my sake. You're right. I'm really sorry if I worried you with all this. I just really think you should keep away from this Gloria lady. It seems like all she does every day is upset and stress you out. So just please take care of yourself, all right? Of course. I will try my best. Promise. If that is what my fiancé wants, then who am I to deny him? I'll be a good wife and listen to my husband. Okay. Let's not take this too far. Anyways, I am heading out. I will see you there soon. I'll be here. Working away. Can't wait to see you. My wedding is going to be on the next level. You have literally no clue. But don't worry, I don't mind if you come. Consider this your invitation. So now you are bragging to me about your wedding? I am not even going to bother addressing your big talk this time. I guess all I can really say is congrats on that, I guess. You know, even if a pretty young thing such as myself has gotten a little too busy for work, I am just so happy to finally be getting married. Yes, that is nice that you are getting married. I am sure you are very excited. But please at least do the bare minimum of your work. Which is to say, your own work assigned to you. Ugh. Are you really trying to ruin this moment by talking to me about work right now? Is that really the only thing you have going on in your life? God, your life sounds pathetic. Anyways, you better come to my wedding to congratulate me. And if I say I don't want to go, then what? Oh, come on! Don't be such a downer, Grandma. The least you can do is make an appearance. Anyways, the wedding is the day after tomorrow, so make sure you show up. Got it? Oh, I got... Hey! My wedding is today. You didn't forget, right? I know all people like you have trouble remembering dates, so I thought I would remind you. Hello, Gloria. No, I have not forgotten about your wedding. And I certainly haven't forgotten as much as you. What are you talking about? Your senile ramblings aren't making any sense. And besides, I am 10 years younger than you. I promise that if either of us is the forgetful one, it is you. So then you are saying that you purposefully forgot to file those documents even though today was the deadline? What are you talking about? It's my wedding day and we are not going to be talking about work. Got it. Anyways, don't tell me that you are coming to try and find yourself a man. Excuse me? What is that supposed to mean? Try your best. But I really don't think that you are going to have any luck finding a man who would want you here. Don't ruin the vibe of my wedding by trying to desperately hit on younger men here. Got it? Gloria, I am married. What? You don't need to lie to me, you know. Especially not with something as obvious as that. Anyways, you are going to show up today, right? Because I'll allow it as long as you're not here to hit on the men. Yes, I will be going. With my husband. Sure. I have told you several times now that I am married. So yes, I will be going to your wedding with my husband in tow. Enjoy your wedding, Gloria. Oh, I will. And I will especially enjoy meeting your imaginary husband, too. You married. Oh man, that is a good one. You really need to choose better lies, though. Thank goodness I got married in my 20s. Well, I'm happy that you're happy, but please stop taking it out on me. Why isn't it enough that someone is happy with their own life? Yeah. I don't really care about whatever lecture you have prepared for me today. Anyways, see you at the wedding. Yes, I will see you there. Hey! What is this? What is going on here? Why isn't anyone here at my wedding? What? But my husband and I were just there. And then you started to go off as you do, trying to take me down a peg. Well, that upset my husband, of course. But you do realize that that is your own fault for what you said, right? I don't know what that has to do with anything. You're not making any sense. What isn't making sense to you here? You insulted me in front of everyone, and then my husband got upset. You are telling me that you can't put that together? I would think that would be a pretty obvious one, even for you. I mean, you were calling me grandma and old hag in front of everyone. Don't you even have the slightest bit of shame? No, you know very well that that is not what I do not understand. What I don't understand is how are you married to our CEO? Oh, right. That fun little fact. Hadn't you heard? How can an old woman like you be married to the CEO? It doesn't make sense. I can't understand it. I guess you really didn't know, it seems. Actually, the truth of the matter is that John and I have been together for a long time. Wait, what? Are you being serious right now? You have got to be joking me right now. Oh no, I would never joke about something like that. It is just like I said. We were married a week ago. And you didn't invite me? Of course not. Why would I want you there? But I invited you to mine. Actually, now that you mention it, I invited everyone else in your department but you. And since you're so self-obsessed, I guess you never heard about it. No, this doesn't make any sense. This can't be happening right now. And I still don't get why you didn't invite me to your wedding. That is so mean. How could you? Actually, John is the one who really didn't want to invite you. What? He didn't want to invite me to your wedding? But why wouldn't he want me there? I work for him too, after all. And how come I have never seen you two talk around the office then? Huh? The reason you never saw John and I talking was because of all the work that you would always leave for me to do. We had almost no time to ourselves thanks to your laziness. But he saw how stressed you were always making me and decided that he definitely didn't want the source of all my problems coming to the happiest day of our lives. He said that if I have to see you every day, then at least for this one I could avoid you. It was his way of making sure the day was perfect for me. What? No, that can't be right. It doesn't make sense. This can't be right. You get stressed just looking at me? That can't be. I'm so cute! I promise that the stress has nothing to do with how cute you are or are not. The stress has to do with what you put me through and how you constantly try to poke fun at my age every single day. It has to do with all the put-downs and insults you hurl at me constantly. And all the work that you constantly slack on and dump onto me. Once I became supervisor, I thought that you would finally smarten up, but you just kept at your old ways. Well, what are you trying to say? Just spit it out already. I am saying that I care about the future of this company and the work we do here. And because you never even bothered to try doing your own work, I took on your share. But who cares about that now? Please come back to the wedding. How are we supposed to have it today like this? Everyone has left now. There's no one even here. I guess they saw the way you insulted me to my face and decided they didn't want anything to do with you. Especially for our coworkers who showed up. They couldn't be caught in a scene like that. But you just kept pushing and pushing once I arrived. Talking about how I was just there to pick up guys. Oh, come on now. You know that I was just kidding with that, right? I just saw you arrive with John and didn't realize he was so handsome. And I couldn't believe you were really with him. It was all just a joke, though. I promise. Well, I am afraid that excuse of yours is not going to work on me. You meant exactly what you said. And because of that, you made my husband upset with all your insults. I think this is a more than fitting punishment for all that you have done to me. No, come on. You know I never meant it that way. I just thought that you were being an overbearing, annoying supervisor. And besides, I figured I was way too cute to have to actually do any work. I am very familiar with that belief of yours. Unfortunately for you, you are the only one in the whole office who shared it. To me, you are just a rude, uppity employee who refused to do their job. You should consider not being invited to my wedding to be a very light punishment for your behavior. You don't have to say it like that. And then, despite all that, I still decided to drop by your wedding to congratulate you. But you insulted me. Well, I have no intention of going back to your wedding. Oh, and one more thing. You're fired. What? Wait, no! You can't do this! What are you talking about? You can't fire me! I thought you said that you wouldn't mind not working once you got married. So I think the timing of all of this should be perfect for you now. What seems to be the problem here? Well, no, it's just that I never thought I would lose my job like this. I was supposed to leave on my terms and make everyone jealous as I did. That was the whole point of this all. Well, you are still fired. There is no need to keep someone who just pretends to work while making others do it for them. Of course, John already knows all about your behavior and agreed that you are no longer an employee here effective tomorrow. So don't bother showing up then. Got it? What is going on? Is this some kind of sick joke or something? Look, just please come back to my wedding. Everyone is gone. There is no one left here. I even ended up fighting with my husband and he stormed out on me. Please, I'm so sorry, Mary. I never meant for any of this to happen, so please come back. I will not go back. In fact, I don't think anyone is going to go back to be a part of your wedding. And look on the bright side. You no longer have to do a job you never even wanted to have in the first place. Now you can go and enjoy your youth like you always talked about. Have fun! I won't see you at the office tomorrow. In the end, all of our co-workers went home and didn't return. The venue might as well have had tumbleweeds blowing through it. The only person left was Gloria, alone with her shame and embarrassment. After fighting with her new husband, she tried to hide the fact that she had been fired. She had never actually discussed leaving her job with him, it seems. But eventually he found out what had happened. The marriage didn't last long as he asked for a divorce right away. Meanwhile, I finally managed to get rid of the thorn in my side at work, and we found a suitable replacement who works hard every day. John and I live a happy life, and I appreciate every day now. Thank you for watching. If you liked this video, please give it a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe to see more content like this.